One thing that I love about my job is that I get to plan lessons and also carry them out, and I feel like I'm always excited to conduct my lessons because personally I like to make it interesting. Hi, I'm Shahida. I'm an assistant teacher in Rainbow Centre. I aspire to be a physical development specialist because of my background in sports, so I hope to broaden my knowledge to teach the special needs in physical development so that I'll be able to reach my goal.
Every day is a new challenge. Every day there's always something new to learn about the child. There's never a dull moment in our job. So as a psychologist in a SPED school, because of our setting, the bulk of our work is actually intervention focused. So we will work with different stakeholders to come together to either do pull-out sessions with the students, or we will also go into class, work with the teachers. I think for this group, they might not always possess the skills to speak for themselves, to tell us what they're thinking. One thing that really brings me back to working with them is also then how can we help give them the voice to empower themselves.
So I started as an early intervention teacher, but soon after I decided to pursue speech therapy, and that's where RC really supported my career progression and to be a speech therapist. Sometimes the strategies that I provide them may not be the best, so it requires me to think on my feet what would better help them. And if I am unable to do that, I have the support from my colleagues to kind of bounce off ideas, and that overall collaborative effort with my colleagues to really support the student is something I value and something I love about my job.
I think firstly, just working with the kids day to day, there's a lot of learning that comes from interacting with them, engaging with them, and really seeing them for therapy. The goals that we work with the kids could be classroom participation. It could be to work on their daily living skills. But to be able to do this, we have to actually work very closely with the teachers to really understand what is going on. Secondly, a lot of learning comes from really working in a multidisciplinary team. So, working with my speech therapist, my psychologist, my physio, my social worker, my music therapist, you really learn a lot from each professional, and when you collaborate, you really learn even more.
In Rainbow Centre, the family centre practices, I think, kind of anchors what we do. So when we work on something in the classroom, I think it's helpful to think about how we can extend it to the home. So one of the most impactful moments, I think, was meeting a student that totally had no engagement to the world at all, to the point where I thought he had hearing impairment, working with him over 3 to 6 months. Then eventually when he sees you at arrival, he actually turns his head and gazes at me. So eureka moment, that kind of keeps me going in this sector too.
So one of the challenges that we teachers face is to manage different behaviours of the students, especially when they have meltdowns, how teachers handle the student, and it is important to also check on the student's safety as well as the teacher's safety. But what motivates me to go to work is my colleagues. So we always talk it out after whatever happened, and then they're always ready to help whenever in need.
I feel that my job here makes a difference. Each time when I get up in the morning, what makes me motivated to go to work is really the children. For them to, be happy to see me in the sessions, and also I appreciate and value the progress that I see in them. So sometimes the progress may be slow, but it's okay. Once we really take a step back, we can really see how much the child has progressed in their overall development.
What empowers me to thrive at work, I would say, is the people. I think the perspectives they provide. When we have discussions about who the children are, that really opened my eyes to see how we can support our children, and also thinking about how we can help parents see that they are able to, be more confident in working and supporting their child also.
There's always something to learn from my peers, there's always something to learn from my supervisors, and it's something that I really treasure because I feel it keeps you going. What ultimately brings us all together is really knowing that at the end of the day, we are all still working for the child. we are working with the child's best interest in mind.